Hello and welcome along to Adobe After Effects with your host Robert Smith. In this intermediate exercise we're going to do something called parallax scrolling, which is a great way to create a portfolio to show your work. So let's get stuck in. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to Command Tab over to Photoshop, which I've got open. You'll notice here I've got a 4 layered document. So let's go through these layers, turn them all off and have a look what we've got. Here we've got, looks like a part of a crane or some sort of industrial machine with my design, this TLD thing stuck on it. And the next one, we've got another bit of industrial machinery with another logo stuck on it. That's what we're going to show. Over here we've got, looks like a very old-fashioned rusty crane with a Blues Fest poster on it. And here, just for decoration, we've got a hook. Looks like it might lift things up and down. Okay, so that's how this Photoshop file's been put together. So let's get out of there and let's go back to After Effects and get to animating. So I'm going to Command Tab back to After Effects and File, Import. Import file. Now the file I'm looking for is in here. It's this one here. Now I need to, because it's a layered file, I need to composition retain layer sizes. I'll open that. And thanks for reminding us, After Effects. Okay, now this composition that it's made is not much good really because it's probably the wrong size. So let's make a new one. Command N like this, Apple N I should say, for a new composition. 1280 by 720, 25 frames per second, and 30 seconds long. Don't forget square pixels. And okay, now I've got 2 views. I don't want to see that at the moment. I'll just have 1 view. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to twirl open the layers like that, and I'm going to grab all of these layers from the photo and just drag them into this new composition like that. Looking good. Now they're not really in the right order. I really want the hook on top, so I'll grab the hook and drag that just for convenience sake. Once they get into the 3D world, which is what we're going to do with these, it doesn't really matter which order you put these in. Just for the sake of this exercise, I'll have the hook, the blues, then the logo, then the TLD, like that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is make them all 3D layers. Now you'll notice they're all far too big. I'll just zoom out. They're all far too big for the actual composition we've got, but that's good because we're going to be zooming, pushing them right out into Z space and dragging them towards the camera. Okay, so I've got that looking good. Now I'm going to add a camera to it too. So a good trick to create a camera is to hold the control key down, then click anywhere here and you'll get this dialog box, and we want a new camera. The camera we want, let's make it a 50mm preset and 1 node. That's all we need to adjust in this dialog box, because this can be quite a scary dialog box. So we'll just put that in like that. And let's get these into position. Now I need to position these layers out into space. Okay, now for the first one, I'm just going to select that hook layer, hold the shift key down and select all the layers like that. And I'm simply going to press the letter P for position, and that'll open up the position for each of those layers. Now the trick here is to deselect. Whatever you do, don't do this while they're all selected, or they'll all take on the same numbers. Now what we need to do, the hook, I've worked out on this 3rd number in the position category there. I'm going to type in 1000 for that. The second one here, I'm going to make that 1500. Now these pushing it out into Z space. This one here, the logo, I'm going to make 2000. These are pixels. And the last one, I'm going to put 2500 like that into space. Now all that's happened is they haven't got any bigger or smaller, they've just been pushed out into Z space. So let's have a look at that with our 2 views here. If I go to 2 views horizontal like that, you'll notice that here's my camera and here's my elements like that. I'll just zoom back out like that. There's my camera and there's my 4 elements like that pushed out into Z space. Now they're not far enough out into Z space, and there's 2 ways of doing this. I could push them further out using different numbers, or I can simply grab the camera like this and go to its position and its Z property there. I'm going to go in, select that and type in minus 3,413. Now I've worked all these numbers out before. As you can see, it's pushed it right into the space. So the camera's been pushed this way with a negative number, and the elements have been pushed with positive numbers, so they're that far apart. On the left hand side we can see what's going on there. Okay, now while I've got it like this, in this setup mode, I really need to play around with these a little bit, so I'm just going to make sure they're all deselected. Go to the X position of my TLD layer, which is the background layer. That's the first number here. I'm just going to grab it. If I hold the Shift key down, will that do it a bit quick? I'm sure it will. Yes, it does. If you hold the Shift key down. And the logo, I need that to go a little bit to the left as well, like that. And I might even grab my TLD and push it back out a little bit like that. Now the blues poster, which is this one here, I'm working on the X number, the first number. Push that to the right just a little bit, like that. And the hook, I'll just grab the hook and drag it to the left just a little bit to about here, like that. So that's basically my starting position for my animation. And all I've done is create a 4-layer Photoshop file like that, bring it into After Effects, and then place each of the elements out into Z space with these numbers here, and then move them with the position like that just a little bit to the left, so it looks like this, which is a really nice starting spot for our animation. Okay, which is what we'll do in the next movie. We'll start to animate.